we can see through the mist. We can see the people that are fake and the people that are just saying stuff for the sake of saying it. He's done something that no politician's done before, which is actually genuinely care, which it seems a cliche, but he actually genuinely does care, and he seems as though he's from a similar background. He's always fighting for the underprivileged, and that's the background of Grime.
AJ Tracy, Labrador, if you get me, we're out here in Labrador right about now. The Labour Party strongly support the youth in following their dreams and giving people a chance, you get me. See house prices around here. Obviously, I've grown up here. I can't afford to buy a house here. I don't know if I ever will be able to buy a house here, and with this Labour government, I might have a chance. Do you get me? But yeah, man, house prices are ridiculous. Labour want to build more homes, you get me, more council houses and things like that. We need places to live, so whichever way you spin it, that's a great thing. Yeah, so because of my choice to go to uni, obviously I study criminology. I'm now in debt, and I feel like everyone should have the chance to study education for free. The amount of debt that I have personally, it almost put me off going to uni. Obviously, I really wanted to go, and if you've ever had anyone who's been ill, sick, you get me, you know how good our NHS is. You know it's one of the jewels of the UK, and we need to keep it as good as it can be. The Tories are not the ones to do that. They're trying to dismantle it behind closed doors, in our face, whatever, however you want to describe it, but they're doing it, and that's not the way to go. In my opinion, we need a Labour government to give young people a hope, like get me a chance at their future, and I genuinely believe that Corbyn's the man to do it.
So the phenomenal turnout in young people was really something to be admired. It was also something that I knew would happen at some point if you had politicians who really believed in giving young people a platform and giving young people a voice.
It's hard to know like how exaggerated the figures were, because there was very conflicting views on like, oh, the youth vote has gone up by X amount, and then people were like, no, that's not there was lots of confusion over those figures. But I think prior to the Jeremy Corbyn and Jamie interview anyway, we'd seen so much engagement on social media with Stormzy and Novelist and Jamie particularly, among others, you know, talking about politics and why it was so important to vote. It was, you know, because of Brexit. So there was already a groundswell of awareness for young people via the artists that had already started speaking about it. And I think the Jeremy Corbyn interview just solidified something that was already there and sort of magnified it, because it was obviously so shared and talked about.
Grime for Corbyn and all of these artists coming out and just feeling the vibe, encouraging their followers to get involved in politics, listen to what the politicians were saying and vote really helped, and Grime for Corbyn really helped too.
What Grime MC do you want? And I was like, I frantically like calling like Stormzy and Jamie and whoever else. And yeah, Jamie eventually was like, I think his worry was like, oh, I don't want to go and ask him I don't want to know about policies and stuff. I'm like, no, it's just go and have a chat. Just go and talk to him like you would talk to anybody. And like that's what. And he's like, well, that's what I want to do. So the opportunity for him to just sit down with someone that would absolutely, you know, like a figure, an MP that would never impact the life of a young kid from Tottenham. Like they'd never see MPs, they'd probably never see local councillors, you know, growing up in Tottenham. So the opportunity for him to sit down with someone in a position of power and know that person in a position of power was interested in speaking to him was really, really, was really impactful, I think, for him. So yeah, that I think all of those things. There was lots of other things happening around that time, lots of other movements around Grime for Corbyn and all of it, different people. So I think that had a domino effect, and I think it certainly impacted the minds of young people who perhaps weren't that politically motivated to perhaps at least think about it and then maybe even register to vote and maybe even vote.
So keeping young people engaged, keeping anyone engaged in politics, if you're not in it, so to speak, is quite hard. So, you know, you can't underestimate the fact that keeping that momentum going is a full-time job. And how you engage with people and keep it going is by keeping it real.
The different policies and like, what does this mean? And, you know, like the sort of intricacies of it all. It was just basically do why do we vote for politicians that don't care about us? And then I guess seeing a politician sit down with one of their peers, like, well, maybe they do care, maybe some of them do care, or even if one of them cares, maybe we do need to be involved, because if we're not involved, then things like Brexit happen, and the general fucked upness that the world is kind of in. So I think, and Trump, I think all that kind of played a part within that. So yeah, I think it was really, really powerful moment.
Quote one of my favourite poets, Percy Bysshe Shelley, who wrote in the early 19th century many poems and travelled extensively around Europe. But the line I like the best is this one: rise like lions after slumber, in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep hath fallen on you. Ye are many, they are few. I quote Shelley because he inspired like so many others do. I'm proud to be at Glastonbury because he inspires so many to music festivals all over the country. Let us be together and recognise another world is possible if we come together to understand the power we've got, and achieve that decent, better society where everyone matters and those poverty-stricken people are enriched in their lives and the rest of us are made secure by their enrichment. Thank you very much, Glastonbury. Thank you for inviting me in today. I'm proud to be here. Thank you very much, Glastonbury.
Hey! Hey! Oh, Jeremy Corbyn. Hey! Hey!
I don't think we would have got the scale of support without the backing of a number of grime artists. And the reason it's interesting, a number of grime artists like Stormzy and others who were supporting us is because they were talking the language of young people and expressing the concerns and the views of young people and saying, actually, we can change things together. And one way of changing things is not standing at the side but getting involved. And here's a way you can get involved. You can support Jeremy Corbyn, because what he's doing is he's unleashing people's power and influence. He's empowering people. So this isn't just about electing politicians. And I say this now, what the grime artists were getting across is that when Jeremy Corbyn goes into government, we all go into government, because all the views and ideas that have come forward from young people themselves will be the ideas that set the agenda of the next Labour government.
Personally, I saw the interview that he done with Jamie, and he answered all Jamie's questions. He didn't go around it, and that's something that all other politicians, they just go around the question.
So even though I haven't been into politics, it's not like I believe in the Labour Party, but as a lot of people have been saying, Jeremy Corbyn seems like the most genuine man.
Guy's a pretty genuine guy, just off the conversation. But yeah, what I wanted to make known was, because everybody's endorsing Corbyn, everyone's saying, oh, there's like hashtag Grime for Corbyn, all these things, everyone's endorsing them, and that's fine, that's your own prerogative, whatever you want to do. But what I wanted to make sure I did was made people decide for themselves, like, I've had a chance to interview him. If I had a chance to interview any politician, it would have been funny, it would have been good to do, you know what I'm saying? And I had a chance to interview him. I wanted to make sure people knew that I'm interviewing him, that's cool, and I'm not telling you who I'm voting for, but what I want to make sure you do is register to vote. That's to be a good thing. People still came out and said, oh, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't tell people to register. Like, I'm thinking, why not, man? Like, they're the children today, the youth of today are the adults of tomorrow, man. And in 10 years, we want ballot papers going through their doors. We want, so register to vote. Whoever you vote for, it doesn't matter. Register to vote so you can have your say. And yeah, keep researching and keep learning. Keep, if your opinions align with somebody now, you vote for them now, and they start to sway and they don't align with them, rethink and vote for, be registered to vote. That can't be a bad thing. So that was my main goal, and I hope it worked.
This year, grime artists played a huge part in setting the agenda for British music, and in the general election, your contribution helped secure the highest youth turnout in a quarter of a century, showing the positive impact grime has on our society.